What's up, everyone? Welcome to a new episode of Power Rangers Reviews. Yeah. In this episode, I am reviewing the movie Clash of the Red Rangers, the movie. Alright. This movie aired on November 26, 2011. It was adapted from the Samurai Sentai Shinkenger the movie, The Fateful War, and Shinkenger vs. Goanger Genmaku Bang. Now, where this movie takes place in, it takes for RPM. For this movie, we see the Red RPM Ranger come and support the Samurai Rangers against his villains from his season and stuff. But anyway, the continuity for this movie, for RPM, it takes place between the episodes 24 through 30. So somewhere in between episodes 24 through 30, that's where this movie kind of takes place. For Super Samurai, this movie takes for it's before episode 5 of the Power Rangers Super Samurai. This movie has the Samurai Rangers, Jaden, Kevin, Mia, Mike, Emily, Antonio, fight together with the Red RPM Ranger Scott, where they have to face off against an enemy from RPM universe that comes to the normal universe, and they help fight, pretty much. It's just a team up. Anyway, the allies for this movie is not much. You have Mentor G, and then the RPM Rangers, the other ones, possibly off screen, because in the movie, Kevin, Mia, Mike, Emily, and Antonio get teleported to the RPM's universe, and they make it back, and they tell Scott that his team says hello, so I'm just assuming that the other RPM Rangers helped out the other Samurai Rangers get back to their place. Then for the villains of this movie, we have Master Xandred, Octoroo, Professor Cog, Serator, Sergeant Tread, General Gut, and Sharkjaw. They're just basic villains that they got teamed together. Anyway, pretty much the whole thing about this movie is that you have Professor Cog, who somehow finds a way back. I think this pretty much says that it's RPM is in a different reality, or somehow, in some way or another. But he ends up where the Samurai Rangers are, and the Red RPM Ranger Scott, he said that no matter what, he'll find him and defeat him. So they eventually find, follows Professor Cog, and he eventually meets the Samurai Rangers, and throughout this whole movie, the Red RPM Ranger is fully morphed. Is because the reasoning that he gives them is because he doesn't know if the air is if the air is good for him and stuff, it doesn't really make sense and stuff, because when the Samurai Rangers came back from his world, they were fine and stuff. So the only reason why RPM Red is always morphed in this movie is because the actor Eka Darville, who played Scott in RPM, he refused to come back and physically make an appearance. But pretty much he did reprise his voice, pretty much. So you see, the whole movie is just that they have to work together, defeat the enemy, pretty much. Just basic Power Ranger team up kind of thing. Now, this movie was, I think, close to about an hour long. I think 40 minutes or so. So about 20 minutes more to like an hour, I think. But it was pretty decent length. There's a few gripes that I have about it. one of the major things is that I wish that the other RPM Rangers came back and we actually had a full Power Ranger team up. But I guess just having the Red Ranger was good enough. But I would have liked to see the other RPM Rangers at least, even if they don't, even if they just appeared helping the other samurai. Because all we get to see is just Jaden and Scott work together. We don't know how or how the other Samurai Rangers got back. We just assume that the other RPM Rangers helped them. And it doesn't really, after that, it doesn't really explain what happened, for how that happened. So I kind of wish that, at least in a sense, if, like, I mean, where I can't talk. But I would have liked to see at least it show how the Samurai Rangers got back to their reality. And I would have liked to see at least them interacting with the other RPM Rangers. It's like, I'm fine. It's like, and then I would have been fine with just Scott teaming up with the other Samurai Rangers at the end. I would have been fine with that. But if only they would have showed the other RPM Rangers. And it's like, I wouldn't have minded that. But I would have liked to see them all together. And I understand that. And anyway, that's pretty much my only major gripe, actually. Other than that, it was I enjoyed it. It's just a typical little short movie that they decided to do and to fill up space, I guess. Honestly, don't know why they chose this particular thing, but I don't know. Excuse me. But I rather enjoyed it. If it wasn't for that gripe that I have about the whole other RPM Rangers and stuff, it would have been a lot better. Better than it was a really, excuse me. It was a really good movie and stuff. But it was a good movie and I really enjoyed it. This was a short review because there wasn't really much to go over, really. So, but I recommend watching it just to get out of the way. It's a good movie. To at least kill some time. It's not on par with the actual other two movies, the Turbo movie and the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger movie. Those two movies were good. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this. It's a pretty short review thing. And I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, see you later.